Lights, camera, and me without a stitch of makeup.
So I realized while I was editing this whole thing, yes, this is what I wear when I edit. But I thought that for this video, because I didn't get a chance to really video everything that I wanted to backstage because there was just so much going on and it was just such a good show, I just had to watch and be there and participate. So I figured this would be a good opportunity for me to talk about backstage etiquette. Yes, burlesque shows, cabaret shows are supposed to be all about frivolity and fabulousness and craziness and drunkenness and just overall debauchery, right? Wrong. There are some rules that go along with being part of the burlesque community, especially when you're working backstage. So here are a few things that I think you should remember as a burlesque dancer backstage. First things first, make sure you're on time. This is something that we all struggle with. I know that it's a personal struggle for myself to get places on time, but you need to make sure you're there on time. One, because usually call time is usually like your tech time. So that's your time to get on stage, check your sound, feel out the stage, make sure that your shoes work, stretch out, all that stuff. So if you're late and you miss that time, you don't have that opportunity. So, Next thing we've actually talked about before, and that is real estate in the dressing room. You need to keep your things to yourself. Find a little spot, a little corner in the dressing room, and keep all your things in that little spot, in that little corner. Don't be that person in the dressing room that spreads out all over the place. That person that like will sit down and do their makeup in the middle of the floor and the dressing room is like this big and they're just sitting right there in the middle doing their makeup. Like, why? Like, there's 7 of us in here and you just, I hate that. Oh my gosh, people who are not self-aware in the dressing room. Here in Philadelphia, I perform at Frankie Bradley's a lot, and there's a smaller dressing room in the back, as well as like this like staging area, and then there's like a bar. And everybody usually gets dressed in the dressing room, but because there's so many people back there, I usually set up like a little tent for myself behind the bar. And I prepare myself for this because I know that every time I'm gonna go to Frankie Bradley's, I'm gonna get dressed behind this bar. They make fun of me for getting dressed behind this bar. I bring a little towel, I put it down on the ground, I put my suitcase on top of it, and I keep all my things inside my suitcase. You guys have seen how I pack my suitcase for shows. I've shown you. I keep my real estate and all of my stuff to myself. In a similar vein, if there's only like one mirror in the dressing room, don't hang your costumes on top of it. Don't stand in front of it the entire time you're in the dressing room. Don't hog the mirror. Everybody needs the mirror. So don't stand in front of the mirror. Don't hog the mirror space. It just, for me, it makes so much sense. But I think this a lot of the time has to do with general self-awareness. And a lot of times performers are not self-aware when they're backstage because they're only thinking about themselves. A little tip for when you get backstage, always look for the set list. You want to see the running order because you want to see where you are in the show. I think it's so funny when dancers show up and they don't look at the set list. They lollygag around, they have drinks, they talk with people outside, they smoke, they do everything that they do, and then they come back in and find out that they're number 2 the first set. Now they're scrambling all over the place to try to get their costume on, make sure that their makeup is correct, and make sure that they actually have their pasties on, and they always check the set list, which means that you probably should be talking to your producer and your kitten before the show too, you know, like greeting them, saying hello when you walk in. I see that happen a lot too. People just walk in, they don't say anything to anybody, they just walk in and assume that everybody knows that they're there and everybody knows who they are. You're not that special and you're not that important. You walk in, go find your producer or whoever's supposed to be backstage, your contact person, and let them know that you're there. Go talk to your stage kitten and make sure that all of your stage directions and your tech directions and everything is taken care of. If you have to, go talk to your DJ or your sound techs or whoever you're supposed to. Just get familiar with the working staff that's going to be on your show. A lot of times at burlesque shows, you'll either get drinks backstage brought to you by the stage kitten, or bottles or something backstage for the performer specifically, or you'll receive drink tickets for the bar to go get a drink, whatever. Use those drink tickets and those drinks and those shots wisely. Don't be that performer that gets white girl wasted before they go on stage. I'm just saying, people will talk about you. A lot of the times burlesque babies get sucked into the fact that they get free drinks or free bottles or unlimited drinks from the bar brought to them by the stage kit. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm a celebrity. Bottles, hot girl summer, let me draw the boat. One drink, chillax, do what you need to do, but don't get drunk. Please don't get drunk. Until after the show, at least. This is something that I need to work on. Don't run your mouth in the dressing room. What do I mean by run your mouth? Backstage, dressing room area is a respite for performers to get dressed, to get mentally prepared, to get mentally ready for their performance, for them to go on stage. Meaning, people have different pre-show rituals, different ways of getting prepared to go on stage. Some people love to talk, some people love to chat, they're moving around, they like to, you know, warm themselves up. They're cool, they don't mind. Some people are in the zone and they don't want to talk. So my suggestion is to say hello to everybody, gauge what's happening in the room, see how everybody's feeling before you start. See, with me, I can't help it because that's just who I am. That's why I have a YouTube channel, so I can run my mouth. I do my best not to do it backstage, unless we're joking funny and I know the people that I'm backstage with. Usually when I'm in new environments, I'm a little quieter because, like I said, I'm trying to gauge what's happening backstage, but y'all get the deal. Gauge what's happening in the room. Don't run your mouth. Don't be that person. People will talk about you later on, I'm telling you. Now, since we're in the age of social media, the camera phone has become a thing and it needs to be discussed because some people don't know how or when to turn on and or off the camera. When you're backstage at a burlesque show, you need to ask people if they're okay with being on camera. Most people don't care about you having a camera backstage and taking video and all of that because social media, like I said, is a thing. So they get tagged, they get more followers, etc., etc. But some dancers are very particular about their image and they don't want everything posted on the internet. So again, just ask, just ask, just ask. Now, we shouldn't have to have a conversation about this next part, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Make sure you wash. Make sure you wash. Wash your ass. Wash your butt. Wash. Are you clean? You hit the hot spots? Because nobody likes a stank ass showgirl. Oh my gosh. Not only will the audience talk about you when they smell you walking around, but the people backstage, we will talk about you if you smell, if your costumes smell. Just don't smell. It's really that simple. Take a shower, take a bath before you come to the show. Bring your deodorizers, your defunkinators, whatever you need, your deodorant, your hose spray, your baby wipes. All of that should be in your bag so that you can take care. Hygiene, hygiene, hygiene. Clean showgirls, clean show boys, clean show gays, clean show days. Wash. Don't touch other people's stuff backstage. Don't touch other people's costumes. Don't touch other people's bags. Don't touch other people's purses. Don't touch other people's wigs, hair pieces, whatever. It's just like in theater where you don't touch props that aren't yours. You don't touch things backstage that aren't yours. It's placed there for a reason. People are looking for their pasty tape and they can't find it because you moved it. People are looking for their left shoe, but they can't find it because you moved it. Don't touch other people's stuff. Even if you think you know that this person is gonna need this thing, don't touch other people's stuff unless they ask you to do it. Plus, you don't want people to accuse you of stealing either, because people do steal. People steal backstage. So, there's that. This next topic is something that is near and dear to my heart and actually sparked me making this part of this showgirl vlog / informational edutainment video. Extra people backstage. Here's the rule. No matter what, no matter when, the only people who are allowed backstage are the people in the show. Now, this is before the show, this is during the show, this is after the show. The only people that should be backstage are the people in the show. I don't care if your partner wants to come backstage, they cannot. You need help with your bag? Oh, that's fine. Have them help you to the door, and then you drag your suitcases and your bags in piece by piece, or have somebody from inside come help you. They should not enter the dressing room. No, they can't hang out backstage and wait until it's time for the show. They can go sit in the car. They can go downstairs to the bar and have a drink. They can go down the street and get a snack from Mickey D's. And then when the doors open, they get their ticket and they go sit down. They do not get to hang out with you backstage. Don't bring them, don't ask. Friends. They don't get to hang out backstage. They hang out with the audience members because they're audience members. Burlesque babies who are a part of this burlesque community now, and you've got friends who are in other shows and you're at regular bars and stuff and you know everybody. That's all chill, that's all cool. But if you are not in the show that you are there to watch, then you don't need to be backstage. There's no reason for you as a burlesque performer who's at another burlesque performer show to come looking for another burlesque performer backstage because you're not in the show. Is so-and-so back here? Nope. Nope. Why are you back here? You shouldn't be back here. You're not in the show. Last bit of burlesque etiquette that I want to discuss has to do with the fact that we work in a very sexy, sexual community. So we like to love on each other. We like to touch each other. We like to touch each other's costumes. We like to admire each other's big boobs and big butts and beautiful long legs and all these wonderful things. And that's great and that's fabulous and that's wonderful, but not everybody likes to be touched. So again, when playing around in the burlesque community, when backstage in the burlesque community, consent, just like with anything else, is everything. Ask before you do. Ask before you touch. Ask. Consent. 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 Now, this is not a comprehensive list of burlesque etiquette for backstage. These are my thoughts, things that I've noticed in my time in burlesque, things that I've noticed recently, things that I remember from long ago. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts with you to help you once again go further, faster in burlesque, because if I had known some of these things ahead of time, I wouldn't have run into some of the faux pas that I did. So from me to you, I hope these things help you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so that you get notified every single time I upload a new burlesque video. I am trying to upload at least once a week going forward in 2022. Fingers crossed. I want to stay consistent and involved with you guys this year. Pray for me, keep me on track. If you have any questions or if you have any ideas for videos to keep me on track, of course, throw those in the comment box down below. I love talking to you guys. I love talking about burlesque. So again, my name is Vera Valentina, your favorite burlesque YouTuber, giving you the best in burlesque beauty and booty here on social media. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
Just a friendly reminder that I'll be teaching my Burlesque Basics class on March 31st at 7 p.m. live on Zoom. If you want to sign up, click the link in the description box down below. See you in class.